Saturday. It is 4 p.m. and it's been a nice relaxing day. It is 87 degrees outside, but in the sunroom it is 78. I have windows open. There is a nice relaxing breeze, ceiling fans going, so, but trying not to wiggle you too much here. So I haven't done too much today. I had my smoothie for breakfast. My smoothie for breakfast. For lunch, I had leftover beef stew, and I only ate about half of it. It really wasn't what I wanted, but we're getting low on groceries, so not for sure about supper. I know we have hot dogs up there, so we'll probably have hot dogs. And I think Sunday we have ham. I know, ham 2 days before weigh in. Jerry's going to do scalloped potatoes and ham, and use the potatoes that I grew in the garden. So, just a second. I am wobbling you. I know I am. So, last night's supper was really good. He bought a organic chicken breast, and there was 2 in the package, and we had one last night, and then the other one we're going to save and do chicken noodle soup. And we had green beans from the garden and fresh corn and homegrown potatoes. And this morning he made the remark, he says, "What did you think of those potatoes?" I says, "Well, what did you think about the potatoes?" He goes, "I really liked them." He says, "I liked them way better than what he buys at the store." And I said, "So that means I have to grow double next year, because I only grew, and I only got like 35 pounds worth. And I know him. They will not keep till this winter. He's going to use them until they're gone, and then he'll have to buy the store-bought." My thought is that they would be stored until winter time, and then he could use them, but that's kind of how it goes. So I said to him, I says, "Well, I guess I'll have to grow double next year." And he says, "Well, yeah." And I'm thinking, well, that kind of, limits me of what I was going to do in the garden a little bit. I have to be more, I don't know, thoughtful planning the garden. So he worked outside today, and I did some laundry today and picked up around the house and crocheted. You would have saw pictures of that. Crocheted a little bit on that crochet along. The first clue isn't done yet. I have until Friday, but all that's left now on this first clue is the alphabet that goes around it. And I want to say 21. So 20, I'm on roll 21 of 32. So, but I did pull out my floss that I had started. Back the train up a little bit. Last year when I started cross stitch, I didn't know how to store it. I didn't know whether to wind it on little cardboard bobbins or leave them in how you get them in the store in a skein, or put them on floss drops. And floss drops are just little doodads that you can tie your floss to it, or put them in the floss away bags, that they're little plastic bags. Well, at an auction, online auction, he had won me a bunch of floss, and so probably the year before that, and they were all in the floss away bags. And so that's kind of how I had stored all of them. Well, it's a pain to try to find floss in those floss away bags, no matter, unless you got a small amount, for me anyways. So I decided to wind up on those little cardboard bobbins and put them in storage bins that are made just for that, where you can store them front and back. And so that would, to me, was a lot easier, because then I could just label, you know, the outside what numbers it was from. The problem is there's a lot on there to do, and I had done the bulk of it last year, and I just only have the 800s to the 900s to do yet. And then I have a whole bunch of duplicates that are in another little tote, and so the duplicates are going to go in something where I know I can just go, oh well, if I'm out of this color, then I can go to that drawer and find it. So I did wind some up until I ran out of those little bobbins. So next week go down to our craft store. I know I can order them from Amazon because I did it before, but I'll go down to my craft store and see if I can see what she has in stock. So I did that. Miss Callie ate all of that new food that Jerry picked up yesterday. I mean, to the point where she was licking the bowl. And we don't know if it's because cats are pretty finicky sometimes. They get tired of their old food and then they quit eating it, and you find something new, and then they eat it like it's, you know, like it's a brand new treat. So we don't know if it's that or if it's just the food. It does smell a lot worse than her other, and it looks more like a pate, really softer. So I don't know if that's it or not. So Jerry's going to go Monday and pick up, you know, a half a dozen of them. She is still eating her old food a little bit, but yeah. So but she's been out here a couple times now. She's gone again. So it's just been me out here. Jerry left to go to our with our son, and he's on his way home now. So I'm not for sure about supper. He talked about hot dogs yesterday. Oh, but I don't know if I have any buns. I'll have to see if there's any buns in the freezer. If not, he's used bread before. I don't know. We'll see what he wants to do. He's done macaroni and cheese with the hot dogs in it. Funny thing is that I don't mind hot dogs, but he could eat them all the time. And I think at one time growing up, it was a cheap, easy food to get, and so we had it all the time. But back then, it was just boiled till there's nothing left to them. It felt like that. I just felt like every time you bit into it, it was mushy. I remember going to my grandma Munn's house, and she would get out hot dogs, but she wouldn't eat them as a hot dog. She would slice them up and eat them like your bolognas, you know. And I can remember always getting I'd rather eat a cold hot dog like that before it was even cooked. And that about grosses Jerry right out, to think that I would do that. And I said, well, that's what I grew up on. It's kind of like we didn't have ham and turkey growing up. We had bologna. You know, the Oscar Mayer whatever that came in the big thing like this. And we had bologna sandwiches and had pickles on it and mustard. There was no mayo. It was mustard and ketchup basically. And there's no chips or anything like that either, because we probably, you know, that wasn't part of the groceries for everybody. So but Yeah, that's how, going to my grandma's house. But when she would cook her hot dogs, she would sit there and she would take her bread that she had, and then she would take the hot dog and she'd cut it in half. So now I got two pieces, and then she would split it in half and open it up and lay it on the bread. And so that's how I used to eat hot dogs, because if we had hot dogs, we didn't have them in a bun, we had them in bread like that. And Jerry, the first time that I did something like that, he goes, "What are you doing?" I says, "What?" He goes, "That's not how you eat a hot dog." I said, "That's how I eat a hot dog. You know, or you take your white bread and that was your bun and you put the hot dog in that." Now, he could kind of see that, you know, but the difference is, when I was when I was young and growing up, we ate all the non-brand foods because we couldn't afford everything, you know, the name brands. He grew up on eating only name brands and not like your, I don't know, your Spartan 5 for 1 or Great Value, you know, that type of stuff. His was always like, if it was corn, ours might have been Spartan, Kroger, whatever that was, their name brand, and his would be Fresh Like, you know, so, but that was the difference. My dad and mom ate different than us kids. They would sit there and have steak and potatoes, and we would get liver and potatoes. Oh, I dislike that. I dislike it. And I told Jerry, I said, we are not going to eat differently than our kids like that. You know, or to make the potato stretch, you throw in more cut up bread. But maybe that's why I got a food issue now. I don't know. But anyways, and I don't even know why I got on that kick. Probably what it had to do with hot dogs. I don't know. But, so Jerry doesn't eat mustard. I love mustard. So, now he will eat mustard on his hot dogs. He likes, you know, onions on it, and he will put a slice of cheese on it. He'll doctor it all up, put it in the bun, put cheese slice, you know, over the whole hot dog and put it in the microwave to melt it. He does like that. I do like a good chili hot dog or a coney dog. But if I only had to eat hot dogs once a year, I'd be okay. So, but, so if we do have hot dogs, he will start the grill up so he can grill it. In the winter months, we boil them. And it's like, and we both do not like to boil them long because we both were raised on mushy hot dogs. So, you know, you just, I don't know. But anyways, today's been a gorgeous day, even though it is super hot. But like I said, I've been out here in the sunroom, and that's what the sunroom was built for, was because this time of year, we can't sit out on our back deck because the bees are so bad. And so, but this year they haven't been that bad. So that's why this was built on and out, because this was part of our original deck. And then the other half that's out there, you know, that's how long the deck was. So, I'm getting my vitamin D right now, I'm going to say. But other than that, I just wanted to pop on. This will be the closeout part of the vlog. It's short and sweet, unless I keep rambling on and on. Like I always say, short and sweet, then I talk and talk and talk. I get that from my grandma. My mom would sit there and call, and she would talk in 30 minutes, and then she would say, well, Jerry's home, so I better let you go. And then she'd talk another 15 minutes, and then she goes, well, I better let you go. I've got to get supper going. And then she'd talk a little bit longer. And it wasn't just me, she did that too. She did it to Jerry. She talked to Jerry and do the same thing. But she lived alone, you know. She lost Grandpa when I was 4 years old. So, but just to have that phone on the wall with the super long curly cord of the rotary phone that you could set there, and you could walk out from the kitchen to sit in a chair so you can sit there and talk, because not like the day of the cell phone. And how did we ever go any place without our phone back then? Because, you know, you had wall phones or you had desk phones. I mean, you didn't unplug those stupid things and take them with you. You had answering machines so that when you left, if someone tried to get a hold of you, they left a message so you could call them back. And you went without your phone. And I think sometimes how freeing that would be just to leave your phone at home, just like I did growing up. But I don't. We don't. It's just like, it goes with us everywhere. So, but anyways, remember, no vlog on Sunday, and I will be back to see you on Monday. Weigh-in is Tuesday, and the weekly Weight Watcher topic will be Wednesday. So y'all have a very blessed Sunday. Relax if you can on your Sunday. I hope that you are enjoying your weather, if it's a good time for enjoying weather. I don't think fall's going to be here for a while. They've predicted in our area that we could be above average through the middle of November. So it's like, oh goodness sakes. So anyways, stay strong, my friends. Thanks for listening. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And please give this a thumbs up. Like and share, and please comment. And till we can chat again.